We're testing soil samples to look at the constituents of the microbiome in 2 different places.
Sequencing the soil microbiome is important for agriculture. It's also important for a healthy ecosystem. We don't really know what the natural microbiome was here before Europeans got here. And I think we're at that scientific crossroads where we have to start thinking outside the box and how it's going to benefit everybody.
Sequencing is becoming foundational to health and healthcare. Part of Illumina's value has to do with democratizing access to sequencing. And it's only through the success we've had as a public company on Nasdaq that we can continue to bring the cost down.
Nasdaq is home to the vast majority of biotech companies. And what makes biotech exciting for us is that the folks on the other side of the table are invested in something for the greater good. And that outcome is very inspiring.
Sequencing is the processes where you take the DNA out of the cells and you read the code. It's a comprehensive assessment, and each community has their particular priorities.
You can just break it off into the tube. Okay. Our donation from Illumina gives us the ability to start sequencing different pieces of biology. So we're testing soil microbiome and we're testing autoimmune illness and how that affects Native people differently. And then we have the COVID project of looking at antibody protection, which is a big missing piece for indigenous populations all over the world.
20 years ago, sequencing the first human genome cost about $3 billion. Now, it costs about $600. Illumina has developed a broad range of sequencers because there's no one size fits all. So no longer do these communities have to send samples out.
Companies like Illumina are getting us to a place where you and I will know when we visit a doctor, you can take this medicine or you can't take this medicine. And that's the whole thing of driving that cost down. That's only going to provide more opportunity for research teams to say, hey, we've got something here.
For our people, it wasn't more than 2 lifetimes ago that we were living entirely off the land. When the ability to be our own researchers was taken from us along with everything else, we were made to depend on other people to do the research for us and sometimes to us. But now it is being done with us and ultimately by us. And we're going to do well if we're in the same race.
As far as I know, we're the first ones that exist where the tribe has a safe harbor for research samples and data that are in the tribal purview. We would want your advice on how to share that data.
Whatever we learn, we can share, with our young people.
We want to take what we've learned and help people do this for themselves, because kind of this decentralized storage and analysis is the only thing that's going to really bring social justice.
I think Nasdaq has established itself as a great supporter of biotechnology. And the more people see success stories, the more they'll see the opportunity is now.
I think companies know that we are the gateway to the public market. Whether you're Illumina or you're the young biotech company, which means that that's only going to expand the opportunity to really pioneer the possible. And to be part of that, it's truly amazing.
Native people have primacy and they have sovereignty, but they do not have wealth and they do not have health. And the most important thing that we're doing here is building a pathway towards both.